Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So it's been roughly 24 hours since the Watford Arsenal game, and I thought I'd just give my player ratings for the game. So overall, the game, it wasn't the best of performances, but we got the win. This felt like a game that could have been a slip up, as we all just expected the 3 points. But considering that West Ham and Man United both lost, and hopefully Tottenham lose tonight against Everton, that this was a very good weekend for us to move away from our top 4 rivals. So starting off with Ramsdale. Ramsdale didn't have the best of games. I'll give him a 6 for yesterday. His his shot stopping was good, but it's more his distribution and kicking. There was a couple of times where a couple of his kicks led to Watford chances. So it wasn't the best overall Ramsdale performance, but overall it wasn't bad. It was a solid performance. So I'll give Ramsdale a 6. Next, Cedric. Cedric had a decent game. I'll give him a 7. He was good. I feel like because he's got Saka and Odegaard on that side, it just makes it a bit easier going forward to link up play. And his crossing is very good. There was a couple of times when he done some good balls into the box, but Lacazette wasn't ready for it or didn't anticipate it. And defensively, he was fine. So a 7 for Cedric. He didn't have a bad game at all. And moving on to Ben White. Ben White had a good game, apart from the second goal where he could have done a bit better. But I'll give Ben White a 7. He was the centre back that took more control today, as Gabriel wasn't up to his normal self. So Ben White took more control, and his passing was just good as normal. He did have that incident where the player thought he elbowed him, but it was clearly not an elbow. And for the goal, yeah, he could have done a bit better. If you're leading like that, you just had to clear the ball. And he felt like, if you look at the replay again, he just missed it and he tried to get it with his trailing leg. But overall, Ben White, he had a good game. Moving on to Gabriel. I think Gabriel, the last couple of games haven't been that good for him since this game and the Wolves game. So I'll give him a 6. It was just, I feel like sometimes he tries to be a bit too clever with it, instead of just clearing it out of danger by doing like a body feint or try to pass it back when it's not necessarily necessary. It just puts us and him under a bit more pressure. But I think he'll get back. But for this game, I'll give him a 6, as it wasn't the best game, and that whole left hand space wasn't up to. It wasn't that good today, or yesterday, sorry. And moving on to Tierney. Tierney, I'll give him a 6. He wasn't. In the first half, they were giving him a bit of trouble, as he kept on pushing forward quite a bit. He was very high and wide at the start of the first half, and you can tell Watford were targeting that area behind him. As there was multiple times where where they just targeted long balls over towards Tierney's side, and even with the long balls, I feel like even though he was headering it, he was just headering it into the space where they could attack. But overall, it was a 6. At the points he was going forward, he looked fine. There was a couple of decent crosses that he done, but a 6 overall. And moving on to Xhaka, I'll give him a 6 as well. It wasn't his best performance, and I feel like, especially in the first half, he was a lot deeper. You saw him in his old role of covering the left back, covering Tierney's spot when Tierney was high, and he was he was playing like a makeshift left back, and you don't want Xhaka one-on-one with a winger at all, as you were seeing against Man City and other teams. He's just clumsy and gives away fouls. And even for the second goal, I feel like it's his pass anyway that gave them the ball, and he's tracking a runner. He's tracking the runner into the box, and he leaves the runner to watch the ball, and he just watches the ball go over him. And I feel like that's not good enough. You just track the runner, or you just go to get the ball, but just letting the ball go over your head and into Sissoko like that. And I feel like Sissoko and the midfielder just getting past him a bit too easily at points. But he got better overall in the second half, and it was a decent performance. Party, I'll give him a 7-2. Party in that new in that new sixth position. Sorry, he's been very good. He did take the game well. He knows what he's doing. His passing's good. He had one good shot today, and one of his usual bad long shots. I don't know what Arteta need to say to him, but just shoot less from such ridiculous angles. But overall, he had a good game. Moving on to Martinelli. I didn't feel Martinelli had the best of games. I'll give him a 7 for today, and just because of the goal. But overall, that whole left-hand space wasn't. They don't link up well together, and I feel like him, Tierney, and Xhaka. I feel with Martin Odegaard being on the right side, there's no one really to help with the left side. As Xhaka's not really that sort of player, so Martinelli, he doesn't benefit as much from being on the left, and he's too wide in my position. He's better closer to the box where he can shoot more. But overall, give him a 7 for that 7. The goal was taken very well. It was a good, nice shot into the corner. And moving on to Martin Odegaard, I give him an 8. He was very good today. I got the stat that he created 4 key chances, had 27 final third passes and 9 ball recoveries. So he's just all over the place. You can see him when he's pressuring the defense. When he has the ball, he takes it. The ball goes to play that he always intended to go to. Like for Martinelli's goal, to flick onto Lacazette, for him to set out, that was just great. And even for his own goal, the turn into Saka, and Saka and Martin Odegaard's partnership is becoming very key, and it's becoming very stable, and that's good to see. And he could have been man of the match, but my man of the match goes to Saka. I think this is Saka's best game in a long time. He was brilliant today. Yeah, I'll give him a 9 for today. He was great with the goal and assist. The give and goes he does with Saka, just great. He was terrorising that their left back, and because he can cut in, he can go out. They don't know what to do with him. He was just brilliant today, and just normal Saka stuff. I give him a 9, and Lacazette, I give him a 7 for today. Even though he got the 2 assists, and they were great assists with the flick-ons, and laying it out to the strikers. That's 7 assists in 9 games. So he's been creating very well recently. I feel like at the start of the game he wasn't really in it. And now that Lacazette's not scoring as much, a good Lacazette performance, it's him dictating the game, getting touches on the ball. And when he wasn't doing that early on, he didn't really feel there. Only until the Saka goal, that's when he felt like he was getting more involved. But before the Saka goal, he wasn't really getting much of the ball and doing what he would normally do. But because he got the 2 assists, and overall, I'll give him a 7. Getting on to the subs, Eddie Nketiah, I'll give him a 5. Or I'll give him a 6 because he hit the post. It was decent last 10 minutes he had to come on. Pepe, that's the same. I'll give him a 6. Didn't really have much to do. He was alright. And Holding, I'll give a 6. But with Pepe, I feel like with Arteta and Pepe, I feel like Pepe should... Games like that, when Saka's playing so well on the right, Mikel Arteta should just put Pepe on the left. Because by putting Saka on the left, when Pepe comes on, it just disrupts the rhythm. Saka was doing so well on that side, they put Pepe on the left. And let him play there for like the last 15 minutes. And I think he realised that Saka was getting more joy on the right because he moved him back onto the right after. But I feel like sometimes when Saka doing so well on the right and you're not changing Pepe for Saka, put Pepe on the left so that he can play. And I'll give Arteta today a 7 for the game today, as it was he had a decent game. The lineup that we all expected him to do, and he changed it once he realised that we were getting easily done on the left hand side, and he made it more robust. So overall, I give him a 7 for today's game. So those are my thoughts on the player ratings. Those are my player ratings. So if you have yours, you can put them in the comment. We can discuss them. And thank you for watching.